Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to today's episode, Secondary School Chemistry with Mr. Kelechi. Now, let's quickly analyze this question I have here. Just a quick one. Now, the question reads, please pay attention. The question reads, how many grams of sodium hydroxide would be needed to produce 100 cm cube as the volume of zero point 0.2 mole per dm cube of sodium hydroxide solution, aqueous one? How many grams? Meaning grams, we are talking about the mass, right? Now, let's quickly write out the parameters. How many grams, which is the mass? We don't know. We are asked to calculate for the mass, but we are given the volume, a volume there to be equal to 100 cm cube, and we're also giving concentration in mole per dm cube, and we are told that the concentration is zero point 0.2, right? 0.2 mole per dm cube. Now, if you look at this, there's no formula that directly relates mass to concentration and volume. But recall that number of mole is equal to mass all over molar mass, right? Number of mole is mass all over molar mass. And how do we get the molar mass of sodium hydroxide? The molar mass of NaOH. We are also given in that question that sodium is 23 plus oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. What I'm simply doing here is I'm calculating the molar mass of that particular compound, right? Sodium hydroxide. And molar mass simply means adding all the mass numbers involved in that particular compound. So when you do that, 23 plus 16 plus 1, that gives us 40. So this is the molar mass. We know the molar mass. We are asked to calculate for the mass, but we don't know the number of mole. So this formula might not work. Now let's calculate the number of mole. If we are able to calculate the number of mole, then we can plug the number of mole in this formula in order to solve for the mass which we are asked to find in the question. Now recall that number of mole also have another formula that relates volume and concentration, right? And that is simply concentration in mole per dm cube times volume in dm cube. This is another formula that relates concentration, which we are given, and volume. So if we can use this to solve for number of mole, and then we can plug in number of mole here to solve for the mass. Very easy. Now let's simply do that. The concentration given to us is zero point 0.2 times the volume given to us is 100 cm cube, but this formula only accepts dm cube, right? So in order for us to do that, we have to convert 100 cm cube to dm cube. And how do we convert cm cube to dm cube? We simply divide by 1000. So 100 divided by 1000 gives us 0.1 dm cube. So concentration times volume in dm cube, 0.1 times 0.2, that gives us 0.02, right? 0.02. So simply, this is the mole, and we've gotten the mole, right? So in order for us to get the mass will be equal to number of mole now times the molar mass. And number of mole, we got 0.2 times the molar mass of sodium hydroxide is 40. And if we simply do that, times 40, and that gives us 0.8 in grams. Hope you learned something today. If you do, make sure you follow this page. Have a nice day and bye for now.